Get ready.
Okay, Phillip, like I said, I put a very cryptic announcement out, which I can't say, but as life is probably going to change in one way or another, I feel we've got all our photos out, all of them over there, so mine have got dug out. I think I might have done this before, I don't know, but I'm just going to document my photos in case I lose them in a fire or anything, and have a little talk over the top. And this is for you if you're interested in, you know, me growing up or not. That's my dad and my mum. It looks like fucking Terry Wogan. That's my sister and George the dog. She wanted it because of Lassie. That was me. That's my mum again. That's me. Me on the bear. My sister Jane rules okay because she got very dodgy with my dad, who is her stepdad, not her real dad. Kicked him in the balls and squirted fucking fairy liquid in his face because he grounded her when, you know, she got my mum put her around in like a headlock. Yeah, nuts. Mum and me. My God, I had a big head. Oh, pardon me. There's the dog. There's Jane. That's my dad. That's my mum. That's me, the baby again. I ended up being like the teacher's pet. This is not what her name was. When we moved my grand to Caution in a truck, now there's me again on a bear. My Transformers, my mate Simon Parry, who became a fucking teacher, I believe. He's very snobby though. I was a bus driver and I pulled up and said, "Alright, so how you doing?" Yeah, he couldn't get away from me fast enough because, you know, he wanted to be a very different class of person, very smart and posh, and, you know, look down on people, which is sad really, but that's the way he was brought up. My sister and me were good times. My sister and my mum and me. I was quite spoiled. Look at the, you know, bike, little tricycle and punch bag and shit. My very first girlfriend, Tracy Moore, who actually ended up being in the army and tough as fucking nails. Me again. I don't know why I had an obsession with Super Champs. What those fucking Super Champs is, I don't actually know. My first birthday, not literally my first birthday party, I mean. A dude called Thomas Moore. I don't know where he is these days. And then Dean came along, my nephew. That's my sister. That's not the dad to the baby. He was just a very nice guy who got with my sister, because my sister's like that. That's Dean in a fucking Silver Cross, very expensive carriage. Yeah, we did alright, we were quite well off back then. My second party, if you like. Circus clown or whatever, I can't remember much about it, but it was very strange. But my mum has paid a lot of money to have this party for me, I guess. There's Thomas Moore again. Yeah, a lot of these photos, very strange. I was very happy. All these classmates. This guy, Ian Hammond, is a pilot, I believe, for an airline now. Yeah, they're all very successful, and I'm not. It's my dad. This is Malcolm Richards. This dude's a fucking genius. He's going blind, but he could play the piano. He didn't have a TV growing up, just the radio, but he could play piano, and at like the age of 5 or 6 he could draw drawings that are like realistic. I'm not fucking joking. He's dead now. Sad thing is, his mum passed away, and then his brother passed away the very next week because they all got heart conditions. And now he's gone, and all that's left is his dad, I believe. They lived in a chapel, not a house, like a chapel. Very weird family, like, but no TV. But yeah, this is where we went to Barry Island in Wales. Took a Barry Island. It's the first I think Malcolm ever went on like you know, fun fair. So yeah, it's so sad. I can't find any trace of him on the internet. It's really weird. Apart from one blog where he's in hospital and he's happy that he had his girlfriend with him. Here's my sister Dean as a kid, me at Lydiard Park in Swindon. The guy got his Dean and me. Me, I can't remember. I think his name's Sean. Christmas tree at Christmas. Oh, he's Transformers. Fuck me with a shine. Sorry about the shine. Yeah, I had Meccano, Transformers. That's a Dynatron Music Centre. If you're curious now, my dad's house is still like this now, really. Fish tank. Mum playing with me with the fucking little garage and cars that go around there. My mum's hands are very madly. Someone pointed out. fireplace, fireplace. I'm 8 years old, I guess. Birthday cake, Santa Claus, dog. Where's a pretty birdie? Trains, don't care about trains, some train place. Anyway, I got into go-karting. I was always a driver. 50cc go-kart, got into that. Yeah, now the cats. My mum used to breed Persian cats. That's from Rupert and Emma, the mum to him. So that's mum with son. Have I got what? Yeah, this. What this? Hang on a minute. Hang on, take that. Hang on. Yeah, Sal. Yeah, Sally. Light is there for you. Emma the cat. You're welcome. Okay, so, and the cat, Nicholas, you know, but anyway, that's the cats. Well, what did I fucking write here? Hello world. I was very young when I wrote this. Born in 82 from parents William and Susan Riley at 12:05 AM on 6782. A 2-week stay in intensive care with touch and go basis for survival. I grew up in Caution and had a fair childhood. I was very quiet and introvert, self-content with... What? Matchbox? Cars, Matchbox Cars, this was a prequel to my life. Cars, I write this at the age of 30 with a child of my own on the way. I look back at life that feels like just a vague memory. Time goes by so quick, and with the mass communication that exists today, it will only be a blink before it is all over. So when it's raining outside or we feel the pain, I guess we won't be feeling forever. Many people have come through my life and exited my life just as quickly and easily. Time doesn't wait, or more easier. I guess what I'm trying to say is, as much as I have doubts over the future as a whole, the past may be glorious, but hold on to all that matter, because no one is here forever. Jesus Christ, Phil. Okay, next album. That was 82 to 91. 91 to 2000. The top DJ hits 18. His interaction in fast computer games, fast cars, fast food, and faster women evolves. God help. From primary school to secondary school to college to freedom of fucking up. I had the right in home with Sega computers. Writing this at 30 years old, I now hate them. My parents divorced. I actually love my Segas now, it's weird, I've gone back to it. Never ruined me or experiences I receded, made me the openness that I am, forever young. So yeah, the arcades, I really hit the arcades. Street Fighter 2 I really became fucking good at. My nephew, I think that's why I punched my nephew in the face, because he did my head in. Yep. My mum. George and mum. My mum divorced my dad, got with this guy, a second-hand car salesman. Yeah, you can't write it, but my mum was also with someone with my sister called Colin, who was a very, very powerful lawyer. He used to do for no tax on his car back in the 60s and 70s, but had no tax on his own fucking car. Mum had to peel grapes, like in the library, and to study, very posh. So he was an asshole, because when she was born, he said, "Don't be mad at me, you're out of commission," so I had a prostitute. Bye-bye, said mum, and got with my dad. That's not my dad, that's my step. Then got with George, because my dad was boring. Just slept on the couch all the time, allegedly. Well, he did, actually. My dad is amazing. Yeah, okay. Skeletrix! See this Bang & Olufsen TV behind me? That's so cool. You opened it up and there's a big CRT in there. Sadly the colours started to go on it, it just died. I love that. Ford Capri with Zoe, which is one of my stepdad's relations. Niece, I think. Look at the cars George had. You know, fucking these amazing Jaguars. That's my gran with her Jaguar. Look. We're pretty middle class, actually. Go-karts, Dodgems, radio control cars, those things, you know, air guns. And then Sapphire, my niece, was born. My dad and my sister got with a guy called Paul Stokes. Paul had a massive addiction to pot, and his lung were collapsing on him. He's still alive today. He's doing very well, actually, even though he still smokes like a trooper. A Sonic 2 t-shirt. Remember these footballs with the big heads? I don't know why I got into football for a little bit. That Coca-Cola bag and that dairy milk bag. Jesus Christ, we had some cool fucking shit, which I don't know what happened to. I got very good at the Diablo. Even like went into a little circus thing. Tried to play pool, but I was shit at it. Don't know what he is to me, but one of my relations to George, I think, had a boat. And we were in Ibiza. We went to Ibiza. yeah, going to Ibiza. It's a party, and I was a bit young for it. Cannon and my rat and my dog. This is my stepbrother Jamie, who's a very successful dude with fucking a big garage that he works on cars, and he said his dream in life is just to become big, hard and scary and look after my family in the process. He has many shotguns. We are really wary of him, but actually he just likes fast cars, fast motorbikes, and you know, he's happily married, he's got several kids and a very successful business. He's very cool to me when I see him. I'll try to go with a shine dog. Right, okay, now my face photos went. More go-karting. More Diablo. And then I got to the CB. Yes, I had curtains. I had a nice CB radio. Ringway Manchester might be interested in that. The channel Ringway Manchester. I don't know, maybe. If you know who that is. I do watch our channel sometimes. I bet you didn't know that about me. I'm into radios as well. And for Spirit Box even. George Douglas, my mum's home, she's still there. Simon, the posh kid who don't want to know me the minute he became a fucking teacher and I became a bus driver. A bird that came into our house. Sega Rally Championship. Game over, yeah. Daytona. Let's go away. Not a Sega Rally, Daytona. Then Mum and George got married, my stepdad. There's our house, Doxon. My nephew and me. Their garden. Their garden is very beautiful. Still is today. It's only a little bungalow. Blowing out candles. Me on the CB. My fucking hair. Look. Notice my nose is not destroyed. It's straight. My stepbrother's Honda CRX. This is his first foray to start getting fast cars and shit. My mum's house, which is still pretty much the same. Now my man cave at the time. I had every single Sega going. This is before the Dreamcast was launched. I had my Bang & Olufsen amp, my Atari. Oh god, I miss it all. Computers. Pentium 2 200 megahertz. Stereo. This was a proper man cave. The Tower of Power 32X keyboards. I had a Roland synthesizer as well I worked on, so Cecil would have liked that. My old school analog. Our dog Dawn. Me on my 486 PC. This is not in order, this is actually before that man cave. Yeah, Daniel Miller, still see him. Howard, I don't know where he gone. There's my niece. Now check my niece. My niece looks very much like my daughter. That's my grandma. My sister's parrots, they're cool as fuck, those parrots. I'll give her that. I'm the boss. Okay, yeah, George. The dog, my nephew and the dog, and me with the fucking dog as a puppy. Dawn's dead now. You know. You've seen this, but yeah, and I covered my Sega Saturn with a load of shit, then we fucked off to Ibiza. Yeah, this is Ibiza shit. Oh, don't see me in photos of Ibiza, it's embarrassing. I didn't get to party much. I did go to Clockwork Orange, I believe, for a couple of hours, but that's about it. I was slightly underage, you see. I was just not quite old enough, which, you know, it was hard to get into certain clubs. So yeah, look at me and my grandma. I miss my grandma. Yeah, swimming. I don't know if this fascinates you further or not, this is more for my benefit. But seeing as... This is Chris. Chris likes his American cars, he has a Ford Thunderbird. He's a nice guy. Really cool dude, I like Chris a lot. Chris Hawkins, I believe his name is. Lives in Holt, or used to, his mum does. Ibiza. Not really too interested in Ibiza photos, to be honest with you. You might be. Yeah, dog. I think that's when my nose was first damaged and had to be changed. Look, that's like original. Shit, fucking Ibiza, who cares? So yeah, that was... Oh, a drag show? Yeah, how progressive. We saw a drag show, I have no idea why. That's Mum and George you. That's quite a nice one of me and Mum, just in the night. I'm looking a bit older now, look. My Mum. 18 isn't grown up, it is just another number to stay a child forevermore. What was around the corner, I couldn't be sure, but love was there for sure. To get there first, I had to experience the end of low first. From bankruptcy to addiction, depression to lack of expression. How do we grow up in a time where the date reads 2000 AD? Motherfucker, Phil. You are too deep for your own damn good. And last... And that one. Last one to come. Nearly there, guys. So, 2000, finally he realised his dream of becoming a top DJ at the age of 18 or 15. Only time will tell. Also, his cars are his new toys. Trouble is on the horizon though. The first, probably last time it's Riley goes abroad, Ibiza. Then after it was passing the driving test, the fascination with cars ensures. From 287 HP street racing SXs to the BMW E30 lowride tourer. Between meeting his future wife, Natalie Riley, addiction takes hold and nearly spades out the light that is. Many are lost, some are found. For a while I was always down. These are yesterdays, but nothing keeps me warm like my wife's loving hand over mine, clasping the gear shifter in fifth, cruising at 105 in Ellie. The E30, how I reminisce those days.
That's what I'm saying. She's got women's legs now.
Yeah. Well, that's right, and that's really after this, if you want to go by history and dates, but let's keep going. Now, my second girlfriend, Sarah something or other, I can't remember her fucking name. It's a long time ago, man. Each girlfriend lasted about 3 months. Virtua Fighter fucking posters. All the games again. And my decks. I can mix so fucking well, and I still can to this day. Even though these were entry-level decks, the idea was if you can mix on them, you can mix on anything, and I can mix on absolutely anything because I can mix on them. What are you doing, mate? There's my sister, Sarah. Sarah Coombs. That's her name. Coombs. You know, very strange. That's Craig. He's still with my sister, I believe. I'm not sure. My sister just sort of, you know, they're just together for business reasons almost. She uses his car and shit. Yep. How my sister betrayed us. How my sister betrayed. She don't even meet. She never met her daughter or anything. She just left my mum, me, everything. She disowned a lot of us on. Never gave us a reason. It's been like 11 years now since she's done that, my sister, and we still don't know why. Right, this is Louise. I dated her for again another 3 months. She was deaf, so I had to learn a bit of sign language. She was totally deaf, I believe. I can't remember. My memory's right, but I know she was deaf of some sort. I don't know if she was 100% deaf, but I had to learn a little bit of sign language with her, and I can't remember it now. And she was a lot older than me. She was like 24 at the time, and I was like 19 or something. This is the street racing days, and also, no, I'm not nodding out. But I think I was taking half laughing, although I did have a few spliffs at the time, because in the very next photo, what's that? Remember that shit? That what's that crap? That was me tuning Meddings' Nova in the most cheapest way by putting a cold air feed on it. Me and the Citroën. God, I was young and stupid. That's at Meddings' house. Meddings taking a photo. This is a weird one. Meddings taking a photo of me taking a photo of him. I don't know why we had that sort of thing. I don't know where he is now, but he loved his fast cars. He was in the RAF. He used to come down and street race with us and shit at the time. Rob Meddings. Don't know if you're out there, mate, but I know, like, we've gone very separate ways, but I'd love to speak to you again to see how you're doing. I know he's settled down. If you hear a snore in the background, it's our dog. We'll come to him when we get there. My mum again. Okay, so here's the whole fucking family almost. This is me. This is my sister. This is Lee, who's my stepdad's son. He's always in debt with her. She sort of ruins him a bit. You know, he's got his own house, but it's like, he works all the time, poor bastard. He's the one who works the hardest, but failing, so to say. Ian and Joe. And that's their kid. They got a couple of kids. He's in the MOD and doing all right. And there's Jamie now with Lara, who's running the garage and doing okay, you know. Me on my, I don't know what fucking day is it, 20th or 18th? Might be my 18th. Yeah, it's my 18th, I believe. Hi, man. Chris Hawkins, my sister, my niece, Sapphire, Dean, my mum, Craig, me, and Howard Woodward. Everyone. I think he got into pill addiction. My sister, when she was a lollipop lady. Now this is tight as fuck. This is one thing I will stick up for her for. She was a lollipop lady, but she suffered from massive depression, and she got lots of she inherited her dad's illness, because her dad, who was very rich and powerful with a solicitor, he ended up losing his mind somehow and ended up running around the neighbour's garden naked and being like taken away. I'm not joking you. So she inherited some of that mental quality and couldn't do like a full-time job, so to say. She's not, hence why she's left us, it's from mentalness. But anyway, she was a lollipop lady, only for like 10-20 minutes a day, every day, and the council in the year said, no, you can't do it because it goes against your benefits. So even though she was working, I know it wasn't a lot of hours, but she was doing something, they took that away from her. It was either, if you work, you get no benefit, no help, and you will fail, won't be able to pay your rent because you're only working like fucking 3 hours in total a week, whatever it is. It's fucking disgusting, man. Anyway, that's my Corrado. I love my Corrado. And the only picture I may have of my girlfriend before Natalie, the typical blonde Tash, and she fucking was a nightmare, you know. She couldn't understand the word no, or if I had no money or whatever, you know, I couldn't keep up with her demands. She saw a fast car. I mean, this car here, in 2 weeks, when I sold it to get my SH, she said, why did you sell our car? Our car? I've been with her 2 weeks and she's talking about our car. But she's just young and crazy. Now she was with, from last I heard, when I was a taxi driver, my mum came up to me trying to brag to me that she was with a millionaire. But then I hear she was cheating on this millionaire and stuff like that. But she's just with him for the money. The millionaire is constantly cheating on him. But they're together and come back to each other because obviously for a relationship. As far as I know, I could be wrong, but that's what, you know, I've been told and through the grapevine and shit. Good luck to her. I don't know if she has any kids or whatnot. This is me with addiction on me, I believe, when I was failing. That photo is actually a lot later than the ones coming up. He's not always in order. Okay, in the street races, Pie Man making a spliff for my SX. This is Keith, very big hard man Keith. He liked his turbocharged Astras for some reason, and his girlfriend, but not girlfriend anymore, Imogen Fry. No, not Imogen Fry, it's Imogen anyways. This is Pete. Pete's a dealer. He was a dealer, he's a complete pothead, but he's awesome. Peter Green, I think his name is. Didn't really have a fast car on street races, but he wasn't there for it. He was there just to chill out and smoke. This is BB. BB had again another fucking Astra Turbo and his brother. They're cool as fuck. Look at the phone, man. We're getting there in terms of smartphones and shit. There he is again. And my SX. This is matey boy getting into his. We're about to start a race in a bit. Alloys. Yes, this is my room for my decks with the old photos. Very tatty, but it was, you know what I liked about this room? It was soundproof. I could be as loud as I want. It was like a bunker in there. Don't know if I've ever showed it to you now. It's empty, obviously, at my dad's house, but it's in a bungalow and it's literally just... So here's the original Xbox, Tower Power, Dreamcast, Saturn, Atari. Oh man, I was waiting my alarm clock to get up for work. I'm that fucking alarm clock going off for work. And then behind it, my decks and old equipment and shit. Speakers at the top. My mum with my SX, which is tuned by Norris Designs. Again, this isn't in order at all. This is like a few years back, that picture. Mum, it's Pie Man. Now I redid my room, like, you know, as you can see, redecorated. The decks have now got like proper things on them. Yeah, protect. What do they call it? Covers, whatever you want to call them. There's Pie Man in one of my SX chairs. So I had leather SX chairs. I swapped them up for leather. But he took this chair out because they're so cool, and him playing on the games. So this is my new sort of setup. It's a bit more subdued, and a bit minimalist. There's no posters anywhere. It got a bit bigger with, you know, the Dreamcast coming out and that. I met my mum now. I was in the grasp of sort of addiction, so I spent a lot of time in this room, smoking and being on my own and contemplating life. So there's me feeding the ducks. Jane got a Doberman who was a best friend, but the Doberman died at some point. It really broke her heart. Dogs die. Hey, Don. Dean flexing muscles for some reason. Now this is on my stepdad's side. Again, I'm in the grasp of addiction here, hence the very short hair and sort of gaunt face. But yeah, this is Irene, Asha. No, Irene, Asha, and Zoe. Zoe was one like Capri I showed you much earlier. Yeah, George's niece. Yes, she became Muslim. I have no comment on that. You know, as long as she's not hurting anyone, not practicing the religion properly, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? Dawn the dog. Some random woman from Scotland, but Mum thought I'd like. You'd like her, Phil, because that's your type. Yeah, kind of. So yeah, we're at a Christmas meal. It was cool. Don't know. I had a Citroen ZX for some weird reason for a bit. Just a banger. I was, oh yeah, because I was in the grasp of addiction. That's why I say my fast cars were gone and I was down to this fucking thing. Dean had a kid, but it wasn't his kid. It turned out DNA. I can't remember what the kid's name was, but you know, and he didn't really want the kid. Where you going, Lou? Sorry? Well, I finish in 5 minutes, because I'm nearly out. Me on a beer before I met before I met my wife and contemplate everything. My mum was like, you know, come on, have a beer, me, you know, because you're always at home sulking and whatnot, and you know, brooding away. So yeah, but then I met my wife. There she is, and we look so hot together, didn't we? This is a weird photo because we look fat here, but actually we were not fat. We're still quite skinny, which is very bizarre. Anyway, oh dear, what happened to the hair here? My wife. My mum, Jane again. Now she's starting to look unhappy, as you can see. Her face is very forced. She does not want to be there. My niece, do you not think my niece is starting to look like my own daughter? This is weird. This is, what's her fucking name? Heidi, her name is. And she's a lesbian with, Tracy Tins's, sister, I think. But they always hung around my sister constantly, and my mum accused my sister of, are you that way? And she went fucking balmy, but they spent so much time together, all three of them. It was like, very bizarre. Anyway, me again, fucking owl. Now this is where things... We're nearly done, guys. See, we're going through our photos, but I'm just documenting. We're nearly done. I'm nearly done. You've got no freaking patience, darling. You never have had patience. We are going to have a laugh. Yeah, because I'm documenting this because I told you we've got some big news that I cannot go on at the moment, okay? No, don't say a word, please, okay? No, don't say a word, please. I'm pausing the video if you start pulling it out, please. I beg you. No, well, no, but that's up to them if they guess until it is completely confirmed. Oh, it's you. Confirmed. No, Missy, Natalie, please, Missy. Right, don't. If you do, I'll be very angry and I'll bleep it out in the edit anyway. Right, so don't do it, please. Right, Mum, me, fast do I get through this, I need them now. Natalie, obviously, and that's Natalie's sister Gemma, and that is young Justin, obviously. Me, I'm documenting these because he's coming to the house fire, you know, and I don't have these photos. My nephew, here's the other two cars, BMWs. E21, gorgeous convertible, not very fast really, he isn't for that though. And the E30, yeah. Oh yeah, we've had some nice cars last time, we really have. Oh yeah. And this is when my wife met me, that's how I used to look. Yeah man. This is my wife's mum, who's now deceased, and Ray, who's like in hospital. Getting older, look. Nearly there. Nephew, stoned as hell. Me, looking confused. This is Miller, Dean, and Miller's, I can't explain the story, I'll be here all day, very strange bloke, but he's alright. He's been with me since primary school, literally since year 1 I've known him. But this is because I'm getting married, and here's the BMW, what I was on about the purple and black stripes if people have been following me, coming out for it. Okay, so my last day of freedom, if you like, we're smoking spliffs and God knows whatever else, getting drunk. Fucking making a mess absolutely everywhere. No, this is Miller's house. I mean, he's a hoarder. That's why I say he's a very strange character. In my house in Seedler, playing, I don't know, a Wii game, playing the Wii. Fuck me. The Wii. Anyway, there's me having a big spliff because I know I'm getting married tomorrow. And I woke up late, right? And I forgot to put the water on. So to get hot water to have a quick bath, I literally had to boil the kettle, put pots and pans on. Oh, it was the worst. Alan Willis, you're alright, take it easy. This is Spud, this is Dartmout's mate. Yeah, I'm going to get her a sandwich in a minute, go on.
No, I'm doing it.
Okay, well done.
That's why I'm walking here.
Well done. Miller, and this guy is a crazy Irish guy who lives below Miller, and he just makes Miller's life hell. Either rah rah they call him. Oh, yeah, that guy, rah rah.
I remember him.
Yeah. Dean with a woman called Jane, which is interesting because Jane is a lot older than Dean, and Jane is the name of my sister. So his mum, he's dating someone whose mum is called the same name, Jane. My sister. They eventually split up, because she wanted more kids, he didn't, and he's now with a kickboxer woman, a Thai fighter, like a proper champion. I'm not fucking joking. My mum, me, you know, me. We go on holiday for some weird reason with my parents because they say, please come, so bring us, I won't ever do this because you're like, you know, 30. Why would you go on holiday with your parents? So, yeah, go on then, even though we were goths and we don't like the sunshine at the time. So we went, goths didn't like the sunshine. Sun was burning the sun, the goths, leave us alone. James. Natalie's brother has betrayed us because she was so close to him, and then the fucker called social services on us because he was worried. No, you know this, but fucking, he betrayed us hard. It's a shame because he was really, really close. Anyway, the pets we had is Jack. It's false reason, yeah. And he knew the reason why as well. That's what really fucks me off. Ah, fuck Mavis. Mavis don't know shit. But yeah, obviously social was going to nothing here. So you really betrayed us, James. You fucked up there, and he knew he fucked up. He apologised. No, I thought I was helping you. No, that's not helping us. Yeah, he's gone. Just like my sister, it's fucking weird. This is Chloe with Justin. No, because Natalie is such a bad person, bad mother. She fostered Chloe and brought her up when things were going. And Molly fostered these two girls for several years and didn't get paid for it. She fostered them, and they left as I met my wife. If that makes sense, and they did all right as Justin again. And the photo that most people seem to like of me because of my eyes. 30 years old at the end of this album, married to the love of his life happily, which is rare in this day. Stepson Justin, dog named Jack, the ownership of 2 very cool cars and a child of our own on the way, so long as God allows. Life has only just begun. Should I pass away before it ends, remember me by these last 2 photos, the epitome of variety. Oh, that's why, okay, so. And the last little thing, where are we now? Where are we now? Mum with Missy as a baby? God, you can fit. Come on, you're fit enough.
But not for long.
Yeah, not. Yeah. Oh God. I hope it doesn't kill you. I really do. You're not set up for this. We're going to be watching a movie in a second. I'm very nearly done now. So, this is a beautiful photo of Jack and me and Justin. A montage my mum did. You've already seen all these photos. My mum gave me that. That's very cool. And the last album, the very last one, which is a quick flick through. I've done this one before several times. There's my wife again. We have got me in my Citroen AX. I've done this one before. These are my cars that I've sort of owned. Citroen, I didn't know what I was doing. I was 17 at the time. Look at the state of that. Fuck me, look at the state of it. Fuck me, how stupid your first car. Oh dear, I'm almost embarrassed by it. Not almost, I really am. Fucking hell. But things got better. I, sprayed it up and we got some RS turbo vents, and yes, they were functional, if badly done a little bit. Chick grew out the front. Meddings' Nova, which was running on twin 40 carburettors. That thing was a fucking monster. It might look stupid, like, oh, those stripes, yeah. No, but it had twin 40s. It didn't fuck about. Yeah. This dude is Dave Parsons, the liar of the world. He'll make up stories. Like, I done a street race with him. I drove past him, kicked his ass, and he comes back to me. He says, "Yeah, my supercharger wasn't working properly." Is it supercharger? Yeah, supercharger. He points to his alternator. He goes, "Yeah, it's not working." Fucking dickhead. Yeah, now it's starting to come along quite nicely. Yep. This is what car I grew up in. A Colt Lancer. They're actually quite rare, even back in the day. I really like these. And I was hoping to have it at 17 instead of my AX, but alas, a fucking apprentice drove it off of the fucking ramp, and that was the end of that. Yeah, I rolled the AX as inevitable, even though GT alloys eventually. So I got to borrow my mate Meddings a fucking Vauxhall Nova. Oh dear God, what did you do to the fucking Nova? Like, you cheat. I just didn't know. What the actual fuck is this? Oh dear. H25 BTA. There's an SR. Oh, a cold air feed. It looks alright from the front. You need to take out stupid spoiler, stick with twin lights only, and it would have been a pretty car. But in the background, that was coming up next. I had 2 cars. In the background, things were coming. This is a bit better. This is a rarity. A Mark III Escort combi van with Weber 40s on it. Oh yes, and a purple paintwork to boot. It was awesome. Unfortunately, it's fucking really rusty. But look at that, 2-door look. It's actually a combi van, as you call it, because that's glass, but usually they're a van that's a panel. But the 2-door and a rattlesnake body kit, one of the first body kits in the world for this, era of car. That makes sense. Twin DTMs on the back, upswept. This was cool. It was hard drive. Later my S6 had a pearlescent paint colour. I quite liked it for some bizarre reason. Micarado. Oh yeah, Micarado. Oh, and another picture of Tash. Oh, she wanted this car so bad because the swim went up and down. It looked so cool. Why did you sell our car after 2 weeks of dating? I loved an unplate, Gangster, G3 for STA. It was a gorgeous car. It just wasn't quite fast enough though for me. I wanted more power, but at least I wasn't fucking doing stupid shit to cars. I had, you know, taste. And there came the fucking 200SX. Pyman likes the 200SX, he's had one, he's got it still on the drive. And one day, will he resurrect it? I don't know, he did the whole engine, but they are so hard to look after, these cars, so fucking hard to look after. Old engine, new engine from Norris Designs. Oh fuck yeah. You know, I had some good times in this. It was very... And I used to have a Michelin man that used to slap the boost gauge. It used to because I had a T28 turbo on it, it used to overboost to fucking 23 psi. There you go. Oh god. Then I had, for a little bit, if you look at the background, a Cosworth. I had a Cosworth for a bit, this is outside my dad's house. And a Sapphire, because it's not my RS500, I couldn't quite afford one of them. Yeah, me and that Cosworth. Cosworth wasn't quite as fast as the SX, it wasn't tuned, it was just standard. It was beautiful though, nice looking Cosworth. Then I had an XR4i, not 44, but XR4i, but in America you know them as a Merca XR4 or something like that. I had one of them after. So close, look at that. Oh yeah. Now here's the spec, because I had to sell it because this is when addiction hit me and everything went wrong from bankruptcy of a lot. Here's the advert, like, SX Norris Design 16 valve, T28 turbo, green stuff pads, Evo 4 fuel pump, HKS system, stage 1 chip, steel head gasket, Nismo bushes, forge actuation dump valve, KYC springs, S14 levers, rare alloys, big wing spoiler, full service history, 10 months MOT, 5 months tax, 280 brake, spare boot lid too. It was a bargain, but it did have issues, and the dude who bought it off me, get this, wrote it off within about fucking, I don't know, half a day. Someone called me up and said, your car is on the motorway with, you know, down a ditch somehow, the boot up in the air. I went, no. I turned all the boost down, and I warned the kid that it's very laggy, there's no boost, It's like, boom, off it goes! And I turned the boost down for him. He clearly fucking pulled over, turned it up as much as it went. It was a road rocket, even though it wasn't like, you know, in this day and age, there are cars with much higher horsepower than standard, but it's the way it applies that horsepower. It's nothing, that's only fucking hell. You hold on for dear life. I used to have this thing, right, where I used to stick a £5 note of blue tack on the dash, and I'd say, right, when the turbo kicks in, 30 mile an hour, I'll shout now. If you can touch that £5 note, you can have it. No one could. There's also, you know those little handles that you get, grab handles? They're usually up on the top there, right? This one was on the side there. We used to call it the fuck me handle. The reason why, because anyone who was new to the car, I'd take him. As soon as I started accelerating, I used to go, fuck me, and grab that handle. It was a road monster. I was saying, there are faster cars out there now, even standard, but it's still, the horsepower is always linear. That wasn't linear. It was nothing, then fucking all of it in one. And it made you fucking shit yourself. It was like the road was just coming at you. It's almost like the car felt like it lost weight. Like suddenly it just lost actually like fucking half a ton of weight, or a ton of weight, and feather. And oh, fuck me. It was effortless. To overtake something, you didn't need to drop it down a gear. Just accelerate slightly and it would just overtake anything, you know. Sapphire Cosworth was similar, but as linear power, and then I had to go to this when I was with my wife, a little Polo. But like I say, I had addiction and stuff, and I had no car for a little bit. And then we got Ellie. Ellie was a standard 2-litre M20 engine, as she is. You know, she's a bit tatty. She'd been owned by an idiot who did not look after her. But I wanted her because look at it. Our battery's died now, okay. And then there's me. We're getting to the end now. But I put an Alpina lump in it. Beautiful. Yeah, it's a very beautiful car. And then the other BMWs together, you know. So I've had a big life. When people think I haven't had, like, Mavis thinks, you know, okay, things are not as big as they were, and, you know, oh, it hasn't worked. Yeah, mate, of course I will. How do you think I afforded all these cars? You know? and a Camaro, obvious reasons. Where we are today? Here we are today with the dog. The dog. My new muse, the fucking crossbow. My new fucking muse. Crossbow and the dog. But something else is happening now, guys, in my life and my wife's life. And it could all change for the good. It could all change. It could all go horribly wrong. And I could be left holding the, as they say, can't finish that sentence. Hopefully, we'll take it one step at a time. We don't even know fully, but, you know, you take tests and very faint positives and stuff. And I don't know, she's 45 with COPD use. She's really not well. Much love, okay, and I'll catch you later. Thank you for making it through this video, if you have watched it, but this is more for my benefit, alright? More for my benefit, just to keep these photos alive in case a fire happens. Take care, much love.